Have you ever been in a season that feels like it's never going to end? Like just when you catch your breath, something else drops into your lap. Yeah, me too. And I wish I could say that I handled it gracefully, but to be honest, I cried in the bathroom. I lost sleep. I lost my temper. I tried to carry it all on my own, and I may or may not have eaten too many Heath Brownie confections from Dairy Queen. And if you've never had one, they're amazing, but I don't need them. However, there was one day that I finally gave it to God, and that is what we're talking about today. Welcome to Makin Macon, Encouragement in Chaos. I'm Susan Rayner, a pastor's wife, current homeschooling mom, and your friend in the middle of the mess. Today, we're talking about what to do when you're carrying so much that it feels like your knees are about to buckle. If you're feeling overwhelmed and trying to hold everything together, I want to talk about what it really means to give it all to God. See, this message today, it came out of a real season that I've been walking through. One of those that seems like it's going to last forever and it never ends. And honestly, it's felt a little like living near the equator where there's no relief between seasons. Just the same weather over and over and over again. Hot, heavy, maybe a little suffocating. And that's where I've been spiritually, just waiting for a shift that just never seemed like it was going to come. And I'm really an optimistic person. I really do try to find the good, but sometimes even the girl with the rose-colored glasses has to take them off and admit the truth, that this is hard. And lately I've been praying prayers like, how much more, Lord? Not in anger, not in rebellion, just honest weariness. My shoulders have been sagging under the weight, and I've truly been wondering how much more I could take before these old knees were going to give away and buckle beneath me. One night at church, it was before a service, and I was exhausted, mentally, physically, and spiritually. My to-do list was swirling in my head during pre-service prayer, and you can't tell me that you don't do the same thing, because I know you do. I wanted to shake myself out of my head and just start praising. So that's what I did. I just sat there and I started praising the Lord. I started thanking the Lord for his blessings and his goodness. And then I felt it. A whoosh. The best way I know how to describe it is it was like a huge sigh of relief, like a breath of fresh air, just a release. Not a fix, not a lightning bolt, just a breath of God that was gently reminding me to cast your cares on him, for he cares for you. That's what I kept hearing in my head. 1 Peter 5:7. So I opened my Bible and I referenced it back to Psalms 55:22. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. That word, or words, I should say, shall sustain, jumped out at me. It was like God came up under my arms and held me up. He didn't take the weight away, but he made me strong enough to carry it. And here's the thing. Giving it all to God doesn't always mean your situation will change, but it does mean that you won't walk through it alone. See, Webster's dictionary says that sustain means to be maintained without interruption. And when I read that, it caused me to stop and really think, because as a mom, a wife, a pastor's wife, everything gets interrupted, but not God. His presence sustains without interruption. That means that when you feel like you're falling apart, he's still holding you together. See, even when this season didn't let up, God sustained me. Even when I found myself back on my knees, praying for clarity, he didn't leave. And yes, I'm crying because I know how God is taking care of me. And I'm going to tell you something personal. I asked God to send a minister to speak to me and look me right in the eyes and give me a word from him. And I want you to know that 2 days later, a man of God looked me right in the eyes and he said, you can do this. God is helping you. You are up to the task. He didn't know my prayer. I hadn't told a single person about my prayer. Nobody in my life knew. But God heard it, and He let me know that I could handle what He's placed on my shoulders. He will sustain me without interruption. If you're in a heavy season, I want to remind you today, you don't have to do it all, but you do have to let God carry what you can't. He will sustain you. He will uphold you, and He never takes a break from loving you. So if this episode encouraged your heart, I'd love for you to follow the podcast and share it with a friend who might need it. Leave me a comment below. Tell me how it's encouraged you today. Let me know so that I can be encouraged knowing that you've been encouraged. And you can also read more of this encouragement over at makinmacon.com. And if you're looking for a practical tool to help you process some of this, I have a free printable over on the blog. It's called 10 Biblical Steps to Learn Contentment. It's over there. You can find it. You do have to give me your email, but all it does is just send you updates and little bits of encouragement here and there. I don't blow up your email, I promise. Once a week, that's it. All the links are going to be in the show notes below. I want to thank you for being here today and listening to what I have to say. This is raw and from my heart. And it really means more than you know to know that you're taking time out of your day to hear what I have to say. So whether you're slipping, see, I told you my words come out all wrong. So whether you're sipping your coffee in a quiet corner or locking the bathroom door for 5 minutes, I know I keep saying that, but this is really true. I have to do it sometimes, even with little hands coming up and under the door. Know that God sees you and He will help you through it all. Remember, I'm always praying for you, even if I don't know who you are. God bless.